Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Mixed Media Mayhem, and I'm running late because I was, well, I've had a few things going on this week. I'm using, I'll tell you the recipe. Texture paste, stencil, and monochrome. The stencil I'm going to use is this heart stencil that's from Scraplifts. And monochrome is going to be kind of black and white and gray. And I've got several different shades of gray. This is kind of a greenish gray. This is sort of a beigey gray, but it has hearts on it. I want that. And this is a pure D black and gray kind of chalkboard look. This is the heart rhythm that I was hoping to walk out of the hospital with yesterday. This is the heart rhythm I walked in with, and sadly I walked out with the same, the same bad a-fib kind of heartbeat. So I'm using a couple of photos taken. This one was earlier, and then this one was after they had put the oxygen there, just as I was going off to sleep. They snapped that. So it's not going to be a particularly, I'm also using the day 8 Scraplift at Scrap Squad and their 12 days of Christmas Scraplifts. And they've got a beautiful, let me see, I have it printed somewhere. There's a beautiful original here by Melissa Vining, and she's got a bottom strip of torn paper and a top strip of torn paper, one photo and an envelope. I'm going to have 2 photos, and then miscellaneous embellishments around. So I'm obviously going to have something a little bit different. I'm going to use, well, first thing I'm going to do is, and I'm going to do the texture paste last because I don't want to have to work around it. And it's going to go on as an accent, and I'm going to use it only on this really heavy, this is We Are Memory Keepers paper. It's really old collection, and it was all chalkboard. It was a full collection of chalkboard that I bought 100 years ago. And I have a few sheets left of it. I don't know what this is. This came from a paper pad, I think, and its identity is therefore lost. I'm going to do, I think the photos are going to go like this, just because there's this big piece of the pillow that's showing, and I kind of don't need that. So it's going to go there. So I'm going to do the hearts kind of like this. I'm going to do some in pumice stone, just a sort of light. I've got a little bit of darker gray on my blending brush, and so that's where that's coming out. And then in addition to pumice stone, which is a beigey sort of gray, I'm going to take a blue gray, a cooler gray, which is weathered wood, and I'm going to add that. So just kind of adding there. Okay, that's perfect. And I'm going to put some, like a little, like these 4, and I'm going to put those in texture paste, but not yet. And I'm going to leave the gray color on there, hoping that the texture paste picks it up. So now before we do that, I'm going to put the photos on. it's this one that goes first. I'm not putting any foam. I decided I wasn't going to put foam because I knew I was going to do the texture paste last, and I didn't want any anything I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I didn't want anything lifting it up too much, but I think I'll be able to do that. It'll be just those little ones right there. Now, I have fussy cut some embellishments. This is the other side of this paper, and there were some leaves in this big floral cluster and then some little flowers, so I'm going to use those. But first I want to do the title, and I was thinking I would do the title by taking some weathered wood and just kind of brushing over my letters. It doesn't look as good as I thought it would. So, but if it looks kind of grungy, that's sort of okay. That's a little too grungy. I need to wipe some of that off. And I don't care if they're not evenly colored, if some are lighter and some are darker. These are Vicky Bouton chipboard letters, and I forget what collection. I want to say maybe even as far back as Fernwood maybe. And I buy them anytime I see them because I love to play with them like this. Okay, now they're gonna go the same place across that top area but because this is kind of torn, it's gonna move up. So I need to check. So there should be room. And what I want to leave room for there is I want these guys here at the beginning of that. So I'm going to go ahead and get my glue and put these on. And I'm thinking the way that I've colored them should give them kind of a shadowy sort of look. The way I usually use these is I put some foam behind every other letter. I kind of alternate so that there's some visual depth. But in this case, since I'm going along this curved area here, I hope I have room. Since I'm going along the curved area, I just kind of thought there would be some implied depth. And I'm not sure what I even mean by that. And I'm gonna let that go like that because I think it looks kind of cool, and I like for there to be some interest in the way alphas are laid down. Plenty of room. And now I'm going to go ahead and put these on. They've got foam behind them. There. And I want to use some florals maybe over here, especially since I have the hearts right there. But I don't know that I need this whole floral. So I'm gonna do this and kind of scooch it in like so and let it kind of curl up. I'm not going to put any foam behind it. And then this, I thought I could maybe use I think I may just use the one. This one is cut off. It reached the end of the paper. Let me just do this. And I'll kind of do it up and over there. And then I have these little small ones that I'm just going to dot around, sort of like I might do sequins or enamel dots. There's no dimension implied here, but so you can see that this is going to end up being one of my simpler pages, and it's just because of this is not a particularly celebratory story, I suppose. I think I'm gonna maybe put that one right there, and then another one maybe here, and then I'll put this little tiny one right here. Okay, now I'm going to do the texture paste and we'll be done. So let me get the stencil. Where did I put the stencil? You all are probably looking right at it and thinking I'm crazy. I'm just going to do 3, which means I'm going to tape off this one right here. Just do those 3. It's not going to be much mixed media. And the symbolism, of course, of the hearts, or that's what I was having a procedure on, and the papers kind of look like electrocardiograms. And I've seen a lot of those lately. I have to take them regularly on my Apple Watch. And it was my Apple Watch that kind of alerted me to the issue. I think I'd mentioned this before. No way to know at all whether there's a connection, but the timing is indicative. I had my normal low heart rate, still a-fib. I've had a-fib for 22 years. But I had a low heart rate one morning, and I went to get, I combined the COVID and the RSV shot, and later in the day, there's my mixed media, and I guess the inking of the letters and the inking of the hearts. So it's done. Anyway, my heart rate was through the roof. It had been in the 40s and 50s before I left. And after I got shot 2 hours later, I was in the emergency room up to like 162, 155, numbers like that. So, and that went on for since November 19th until yesterday. And though it did not put me into sinus rhythm like this paper, it did bring my heart rate down. My heart rate's back down in the 60s and 70s, which is better than the 40s and 50s, and it's also way better than 150. So anyway, more to come, I suppose. And thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.